Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Testing Tricks. Today I am going to explain what is epic and user story. Okay, so when we'll get the requirements from the customer, then they will give in the form of epic. Okay, so epic is a collection of all the wider requirements from the customer side. So the customer is giving to the software company in the form of epic. That means epic is a collection of all the requirements, all the wider requirements. Okay, so the definition of the epic is collection of all the requirements. Now coming to the user story. So user story is a nothing but a user requirements. So we have already received the epic. Okay, so now what we will do, we'll pick individual requirements from that particular epic, and after that we'll start developing this particular requirement in your application. Once the development is done, we'll start the testing activities, and after that we'll close this particular user story. Means one requirement we are closing from this particular epic. Okay, so what is user story? User story is nothing but an individual user requirement. Okay, so once we are creating a user story, after that what we will do, we will create different tasks and subtasks. So inside this particular user story we can create development tasks and QA tasks. Okay, so inside dev tasks we can create multiple subtasks also. For example, first design task we can create, and you can give the estimated time, how much time it will take. Okay, second is unit testing, or you can mention implementation task. Third is unit testing or code review, you can say code review. Then fourth is unit testing. These many tasks we can create under development tasks. Okay, these are the subtasks. Now from QA testing side also we have to create multiple subtasks like test case designing, test case reviewing, test case execution. So these many subtasks we can create with the estimation also. Okay, so that we can understand how much time it will take for the development and how much time it will take for the QA task. Okay, altogether you can understand how much time it will take to complete this particular user story. So sometimes it will take 1 week, sometimes it will take 2 weeks, sometimes it will take 3 weeks. That is the based on the user story. Okay, but when all the development tasks and QA tasks are completed, then only we can complete this particular user story. That means this particular user story we can mention that it is completed, but before that we have to complete all the subtasks also, all the development tasks, all the QA tasks. When all are completed, then we can mention this particular user story is completed. Okay, now this is the one user story you have completed, but in the epic there are multiple user requirements are there, right? Then we have to start picking the new requirements from this epic, and we have to do the same activity which we did for the requirements one. Okay, when that requirements will also complete, then you can mention that second user story also completed. So in this way, when we'll complete all the user stories, then you can mention this epic is completed. So The difference between epic and user story is epic we cannot complete within 2 weeks or 3 weeks. User story we can complete within 2 weeks or within 3 weeks. Okay, but epic will complete once all the user stories are done. Then only we can close the epic. Okay, so this is the difference between epic and user story. So first we'll get the requirements from the customer in the form of epic. After that we'll individually all the user requirements will start the designing and testing in the form of user story. We'll create all the development tasks and QA tasks. When all the tasks are completed, user story you can complete. Then after that, when all the user stories are completed, then we can mark this particular epic is done. That means all the requirements we have completed, we have tested, we have designed. Now we are good to go for the release. Okay, so that is the difference now between epic and user story. I hope it is clear for everyone. Thank you.